My name is SuperMaya, your magical storyteller who bridges the rational world of daily routines and doubts with the mystic realm of divine dreams and soul awakenings. Through my grounded yet ethereal tales, I reflect your hidden power to both the skeptic seeking logic and the mystic chasing stars, proving transformation is real, relatable, and waiting within you. If you already are feeling the energy of the space, hit like and subscribe to the Mirror Tribe and comment, I'm here, so I know you are listening with your heart. In the last episode, we spoke about closing the woody snake year and stepping into the fiery horse, about shedding old skins and feeling the first nudge towards a new chapter. Today, I want to take you into one very ordinary night of my life. A night that looked like nothing special from the outside, but from the inside, it changed everything. Have you ever had one of those days where you're just tired of being yourself? You wake up already exhausted. You go through your routine, brush, phone, messages, work, conversations, and all of it feels like you're moving through water. If you've had a day like that, please comment, I feel this, so we can see how many of us carry this quietly. This was one of those days for me. I remember it so clearly, not because anything dramatic happened, but because it was so painful, and it was so painfully normal. I woke up, I checked my phone before I checked in with my heart, scrolled through social media, saw other people's perfect lives with perfect life partners, and felt that familiar heaviness in my chest. Why? Why am I someone where I keep feeling that I have a lot of love to give? But why am I just the one who does not really have someone to share that with in its true authenticity? I felt that in each important day of my life, wanting to share these important moments of my life with someone special. But unfortunately, I didn't know what to do with it. And every time Christmas came by, or every time a festival came by, or a celebratory moment, this pain kept getting deeper and deeper and deeper into my heart, being and feeling like something that is so deeply ingrained. I didn't know any other way to actually be. It was almost part of my entire DNA, and I had completely forgotten myself, what the actual normal was, and this became my painful normal. So this night, I woke up and I told myself, so this night was something that was an accumulation of all this familiar heaviness that I'd felt in my chest. And it was one of those moments where I surrendered to the universe and I just said, I can't do this anymore. I felt that familiar heaviness in my chest. I answered messages with emojis and polite words while I scrolled through social media and saw those perfect lives of others. I did my task, smiled in places I didn't really feel like smiling all day. Maybe, that smile, the one that looks okay but feels a little hollow from the inside. By the time evening came, there was this ache right in the center of my chest. It wasn't from one event. It was from that old, deep ache that had been with me for years, like a background hum of sadness. confusion, and something is missing. Have you ever felt that kind of heaviness? The one you can't fully explain? Drop me a me too in the comments. Not for sympathy, but so we all know we're not the only ones who feel this way sometimes. Night came, and like most nights, I went into autopilot. I brushed my teeth, washed my face, maybe scrolled a little more, hoping that something funny, something distracting would make me feel better. It didn't. I remember lying down, staring at the ceiling. The room was quiet, but inside me, my mind was loud. Why does my heart hurt so much? What is wrong with me? Why can't I just be normal and okay like everyone else looks online? Will this feeling ever leave me? If questions like these have echoed inside you, please comment. I've asked this. I've asked this. So your tribe can witness you even from afar. At some point, my eyes just closed. Not because I had peace, but because I was exhausted from carrying myself. And then I drifted off into sleep. In my dream, I wasn't in some mystical temple or on the top of a mountain. Felt like I was just there in this really dark night on an unpaved path where there was nothing that was lighting up the path except for how my eyes adjusted into the darkness in the night. As my eyes adjusted into the darkness of the night, the path I was standing on started to show up. It was a meandering path in this darkest of the night where there's no moonlight guiding me. It was just me and myself, alone. I had no other option, but I began walking the path. As I walked the path meandered itself, and it twisted and turned to the right, and then to the left. As it curved from the right, a little ahead, it curved left into this really large, tall gate, which looked like gates to one of a mansion. Now, I had courage to walk through this path up until now, and I took the turn on the path a little to the right, but before I could enter the gate, I stopped and I told myself I could come this far, but I don't think I can walk through that gate because everything looked really dense inside. There were huge trees. I could barely see the path a few feet away from the gate inside, and I just started to get scared, and I didn't know what I really wanted to do, whether I should go inside or I shouldn't. But this path led me home. That's all I knew. And I knew that this is the only way I have to go where I'm supposed to go. But I stood there and I wondered, I don't think I have it in me to move any further. Right next to the gate outside, there was this really small, tiny, open shop where they were making idols, a bunch of different figurines made out of plaster of Paris, made out of ceramic. And these figurines were all incomplete, and some of them were complete but covered up with a piece of cloth. And all of this, not a single light anywhere. Just my eyes adjusted to this dark night. While I stood there contemplating with a heavy heart and wondering if I must really step through that gate, amidst these figurines, an orange flag hovered towards me. This flag type of a being had a beautiful amber glow around it. And just around the face, I could see the face and the features of Lord Hanuman. this piece of mystical being, or this piece of flag, came hovering towards me and, in the most sweetest and cutest way, said, "Hey, what's up? Why did you stop? Why don't you go on in? I'm right here." And I looked at this piece and at this beautiful flag, or Lord Hanuman, as you would want to call it. And I, in an instant, felt a lot of protection. But yet I was a bit confused whether I must actually step in or not. And the moment I look at him and I turn back at the gate, I see this old lady standing there by the gate, who opens the gate for me and asks me to come in. And I realize that the old lady starts to have this beautiful glow of orange and amber around her. And I turn back around to the left and see if I could find Lord Hanuman and the flag, but that had completely disappeared. And it seemed like he had embodied into this old lady, and hence I could see the lovely amber. So just by mesmerized effect of that amber, I just walked into the gate because I had a feel and a sense of protection. And as I was walking through the path, this lady and this embodied Hanuman in this lady was smiling and walking ahead of me, at every moment turning back and looking over her shoulder to see if I'm following him or her. And as I walked through that, I start to weep really badly, really heavily, as I am purging all the pain I had for all these years. Where the thought that just came into my mind was, finally you're here. Finally, there is someone who is looking after me and who is protecting me in this deep, darkest moment of my life. And while I purged this, the lady turned around, or Lord Hanuman turned around, smiled, and saw the weepy face of mine, and held my arm, held my wrist in their hand, and guided me forward like any parent would a child. And then I just immediately wiped off all my tears, and I was in a very happy moment, just experiencing this. And in the end of this pathway, of this dark, bushy pathway and mud road that we were walking on, she leaves me onto a road that was actually very well lit, almost something that looks like a road that goes to a freeway, or a road that is very well lit and drawn out with the lines, and it seemed like a very urban space. And she kind of brings me onto this road here, and she leaves me there, and she says, "Okay, so I guess you're okay now. We've come so far, and I think from here it's not too far away from your home." And I go on like, "Yeah, it's just probably about 20 minutes away from my home from here." So, and then I wished well, I thanked her and I gave my gratitude, and I turned around and I started walking. I started walking towards a freeway that I could see, something that's really well lit, like the path is already drafted out, super clear with crystal clarity for me. And I turn around to wave goodbye to the lady, or Hanuman embodied into the lady, and I see that she's vanished. And I turn back a little more, and I see about 100 feet away from me, a similar scene is happening over there. Another lady is waving goodbye to a really young girl, a girl who's probably in 10 or 12 years, and she's walking on the path. The girl is waving bye to the lady and walking on the path and coming towards me. And I see that scene, and as this girl comes towards me, she smiles at me, and both of us take our hand in hand and walk away onto the freeway. The moment I saw this little girl, I realized that she was me when I was a child. This dream, when I woke up, I could feel the entire day. I sensed The grip of Lord Hanuman on my hand, on my wrist, like someone was really holding on to me, was really looking out for me and watching out for me. And I realized that I had actually healed some of my childhood trauma. I had given the importance to my inner child. I had actually healed the relationship with me and my inner child. This dream, Lord Hanuman, his presence was powerful. It was strong. It was not scary, but it was deeply gentle. It was like I had witnessed something of pure devotion, purest courage, and purest love. And the entire dream felt to me like I was strongly protected by a higher power. And I'm not alone. And I'm never alone. This was the revelation I had in the dream. Also, I realized how strong I am than what I really thought I was. I carry a heart that is meant for more, much more than the pain I had. This was another revelation that I had, which allowed me to heal my relation with my inner child. I remember feeling so small and so held at the same time in the dream. And I realized that it was like a child that was being hugged after a long, hard day. There was no complicated teaching, just a presence, an intent, and a feeling of healing, just love. Tell me in the comments if you ever had a dream that felt more real than your waking life. Even if you don't fully understand it, just comment, yes, I've had a real dream. I am so grateful I can get to share this dream of mine in its most rawest and purest form with you here. I would just love to see what any of you would have actually gone through, and if a dream of such has actually happened to someone else out there, as I know that we are all not alone. And the tribe here is a safe space for you to share this information and to see if you never know, someone else who's going through something similar might actually, it might help them on their journey. So when I woke up, the same ceiling, the same room, the same phone, the same notifications, and the same life, everything was the same. On the outside, absolutely nothing had changed. I picked up my phone and the world was doing its usual thing. I sat up in bed and expected the same familiar ache in my chest to greet me like it did every morning. But this time, it wasn't there. At first, I didn't realize it. I just felt different, lighter. I took a breath and noticed, wait, where is it? Where is that heaviness? For years, that pain was like a roommate inside my body. Suddenly, it was gone. I didn't trust it at first, but then the vivid dream that I had and the grip of Lord Hanuman on my arm, on my wrist, it just felt like a gentle protection. And that completely embodied in my body and into my mind, and the pain had just disappeared. Even if I was thinking about the same old triggers, the people, the memories, the hurt that used to stab my heart every time, nothing trumped over the beautiful grasp of protection from Lord Hanuman. It was like someone had quietly picked up a heavy stone I had been carrying on my chest and walked away with it in the middle of the night. If you've ever had a day where something that usually hurts suddenly hurts less, or not at all, comment, I felt the shift. It might have been your own version of a quiet miracle. I would love to know what that would be. Please do share in the comments if you would like. I didn't see the lights. I didn't hear a booming voice. I just woke up lighter. And that, my loves, is a miracle. a mundane miracle in a very normal morning. I'm not sharing this to say, look how special my story is. I'm sharing it to tell you miracles don't always look like movies. Sometimes they look like one night of sleep where something old finally leaves you. One moment where your anxiety is suddenly quiet. One argument that you didn't react to the same way anymore. One memory that used to break you. And now you can think of it without collapsing. If anything like this happened to you even once, drop "I've seen a small miracle" in the comments. Your story matters. Here's the thing, if I had woken up and immediately drowned myself in noise, music, messages, scrolling, I might have missed it. I might have missed that something sacred had just happened inside me. Miracles are not always absent. Sometimes we were just too distracted to feel them. Turning inward, pausing, breathing, checking in with your heart is how you notice what life has already done for you. You don't have to force a dream. You don't have to be more spiritual. You just have to be a little more present with your own experience. Make it very relatable to how your heart is feeling that day. Maybe your version of this is realizing one day that you're not obsessing over your ex anymore, noticing that a comment that used to trigger you now feels neutral, catching yourself being kinder to your own reflection in the mirror. That's really important. Feeling a random wave of peace while doing something as boring as washing dishes. These are not nothing moments. These are your Hanuman moments. If you've had any such moments, please comment, I've had a Hanuman moment down here. Your inner universe is doing a quiet surgery while you sleep or while you live a normal day. Observe that and acknowledge it. So tonight or sometime this week, try something simple. Before you sleep, place your hand on your heart and whisper, I'm open to gentle healing. I'm open to support I cannot yet see. I'm open to releasing pain I no longer need. And then just sleep. No pressure, no expectation, just an invitation. And when you wake up, before you grab your phone, take one breath and ask, how does my heart feel today? If you notice even a 1% shift, honor it. Say thank you to life, to the divine, to your own soul. If you feel nothing, that's okay too. Sometimes the woody snake is still shedding. Sometimes the fiery horse is just warming up. Your timing is perfect, even if you don't see it yet. If this story touched something inside you and you've ever felt that heavy chest and secretly wished it would just vanish, know that you're not alone. Your heart is not broken beyond repair. Your pain is not your identity. You are allowed to experience quiet miracles in very ordinary mornings. I am SuperMaya, your magical storyteller who bridges the rational world of daily routines and doubts with the mystic realms of divine dreams and soul awakenings. Through my grounded yet ethereal tales, I reflect your hidden power to both the skeptic seeking logic and the mystic chasing stars, proving transformation is real, relatable, and waiting within you. If this episode resonated, hit like and subscribe to the Mirror Tribe and comment, I welcome gentle miracles, so we can anchor this intention together as a soul tribe. Remember, you're not just listening to this, you are the Mirror Tribe. I'll see you in the next one.